We're back.
We are
How's
back.
it going? How's it going, Steve?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
I am good. We've the last podcast did very well.
Yep.
Lots of people commenting and seem to enjoy that. So we thought we'd do a bit more.
Yeah.
We're probably going to keep this going, right?
Yeah, hopefully every Thursday if we can. Yeah, fingers crossed. Obviously, it all depends on our schedules, etc., and also what's out. We don't want to get too complacent and boring and talk about rubbish. So hopefully, the more stuff that gets released for the new film, the more content we're going to produce.
Absolutely. So let's calm that down.
Yeah.
So what we are going to discuss today is basically more so raptors. And before we do that, it's time to open up a little scotch.
It is
Fresh out the bottle.
Love that crack.
Remember, you have to be over 18 or 21 in the States to enjoy a beverage, which we unfortunately both are.
So
look at the colour of that compared to yours.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is really sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is quite nice. It's probably a bit too easy to drink.
Yeah, that'll be gone in a couple of minutes.
It'll be gone. Anyway, where were we?
Yeah.
Sorry. So those, if you've just joined, grab yourself a little cheeky.
Yeah.
And then, so we're going to start off. The topic is going to be the raptors of the Jurassic Park trilogy. Now, we will get onto the topics today are going to be the raptors of the Jurassic Park trilogy. Are the Sorna raptors back? Are we back on Sorna? Raptors of the Jurassic World trilogy. Atrociraptors. And then we're going to finish off the podcast with like what is the shocking discovery that in the Rebirth plot synopsis. So let's start with the Jurassic Park raptors. What's your favourite raptor of the original trilogy?
Oh, 100%. It's got to be Jurassic Park 3, without a doubt. I love the design. Like, it's the males, isn't it? That's got the feathers and like the spines and the spikes.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of like quills, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, 100%. It's got to be Jurassic Park 3. I do like the tiger stripes from Lost World. But it's definitely got to be Jurassic Park 3. I do like the Jurassic Park ones, but like they're very plain, aren't they?
Yeah. I think what I like about the Jurassic Park raptors is the behaviour and the I think more so the animatronic ones.
Oh, so are we talking about design wise or actual how they are in the films?
That's a very good question.
Because there's two different topics really. So I love the designs in Jurassic Park 3. So I'd say it'd probably go for design wise, Jurassic Park 3, Lost World, then Jurassic Park, with Jurassic Park 3 being the best. Mm-hmm. But behavioural wise, I think we're onto a whole different kind of topic.
Yeah.
Which is very tough. I think suspense wise, I'm going to say Jurassic Park probably tops it out of all the three.
Oh, yeah.
Purely because how suspenseful all those times were when they were in the film. Like, you think back, so the kitchen scene itself, how, like, from when, Lex was eating the Jell-O, and you see the silhouette appear and the sound of just the snorting of the raptor. I still, watching that today, I still go, like, you know, all tense and, you know, it is a very suspenseful moment in the film. The Lost World, I think, I'm trying to think about it, it's all of the compound moment in the long grass, isn't it? So it is a great scene, and behavior-wise, it shows them like working as a team, like with a whole pack of them, which I do love. But it's just not as suspenseful as the Jurassic Park. And Jurassic Park 3, it is tough. I think it might be. Do you know what bit throws me out? And it probably puts behavioural wise out the trilogy to the bottom. How the raptor is in that container. Well, not in a container, but behind the container, but frozen.
And he goes,
yeah. Yeah, and that bit just takes me out because I just don't see in any kind of world that ever happening.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. But what about you?
And he talks as well, Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
I've got Scott is in the house. G'day, guys. I'm gonna do this in Aussie. G'day, guys. How you going? My name is Scott Walker, and I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, and I live the entire love the entire franchise in everything. My favourite T-Rex is Rexy and Big Edie and Buck and Doe. I think that's Doe. And I hope I didn't butcher the accent too much. It's one of my better ones. I've got, I'd say, design-wise, Jurassic Park 3 is my favourite, male.
Yep.
Then it goes The Lost World. I like both male and female. They're so similar that I don't really have a preference over the two.
Yeah.
And then it will go Jurassic Park 3 female, and then the Jurassic Park brown turd raptors.
Yeah.
On design. However, the animatronic puppeteering performance, Jurassic Park is my favourite.
Minus the hand.
Oh yeah, minus the hand. Then I'm going to have to say probably I think I'm going to have to say Jurassic Park 3, before The Lost World. So I think the CGI raptors in The Lost World were better than the animatronic ones. In Jurassic Park 3, you've got those close-up shots where they blend in the CGI with the animatronics in the foreground.
Yeah.
And I think it's so seamlessly done. I think I've got to credit the animatronic there.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the performance must be really good for it to almost not be obvious and stand out. Because in the other films, they tend to use one or the other, don't they?
Yeah.
So then, like, for example, the T-Rex shot in the first film, you got the CGI one standing next to the car, and it goes through, like, the pane of window, and then it cuts to the animatronic there, cuts to the pane, and then it walks as the CGI one.
Yeah.
They use the framing to change scene.
It's pretty cool.
With the Jurassic Park 3, you've literally got the animatronic there in the foreground, the CGI versions in the background, and there's not much difference in the quality considering how old they are.
No.
So I'd say that's quite a good performance. I'd say Lost World third in that respect. But yeah, my favourite design, Jurassic Park 3, followed by The Lost World, followed by the female red JP3, and then the OGs. But for me though, I think you was talking about tense, wasn't you? Tense scenes.
Yeah.
I would say the long grass had a bit of tension, particularly at the start when they were all like coming in, weren't they? And you got to see them sort of surround the prey. That was pretty cool. But then after that, it was just a bloodbath, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas I think in Jurassic Park, you also got to remember we were young, so seeing that scene for the first time at like 6 and 7, it was just like
insane.
in that kitchen. We were them kids, weren't we?
Yeah.
So you kind of got to put your own life experience at the time of seeing it, I think, in the situation. But Jurassic Park 3, I'll tell you what, there's one thing about the Jurassic Park 3, I'd say the tension wasn't really overly there with the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors. However, there was a really good scene before the stupid one that you said about, where they're and it runs across the back, and I was just thinking straight away, oh, here we go.
You knew something was happening.
So the tension did build in that respect with the cryo chambers and all that sort of stuff, and the embryos and which I thought was a really top scene.
So imagine like that whole scene at that workers' compound. where we got the raptor running in the silhouette in the background. We don't get the raptor in the cryo freezer, staring.
Right.
But what we do get is we get little chirps in the background and little talking, just in the very quietly. But then what you do hear is the famous floor tapping on the floor. So you don't actually see it. And then suddenly, you see a raptor running in the background. And then all of a sudden, it breaks through the cryo freezer and then starts chasing them.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely could have done that a better way.
Yeah.
100% could have done that a better way. If anything, actually, that scene didn't even need, that whole thing didn't need to be there. They could have just had it just crouched behind, and then she sees it, and then when she sees it, it breaks through the glass rather than stupid head.
Yeah.
Although ironically, though, it's funny, as stupid as it is, it's ironic, it's iconic now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just an iconic thing that's happened.
But this Jurassic Park 3 as a team, really, because you think we get that raptor in a dream talking, saying Alan. And it still winds us up because we know that Alan has never seen this version of Raptor before. And yet he's dreamt the exact version of his.
That did make me laugh. And let's get to these comments quickly.
Yeah.
So what are the chances we'll see Big E.T. and Little E.T. return in the new Jurassic Park movie, and what happened to them after Chaos Theory, do you think? I hope not, because I don't want any Camp Cretaceous animals being in the movies.
Yeah.
Because then it makes them canon in my head.
Yeah.
So I don't really want that. However, if it is, then so be it. As long as they do it properly and don't make them characters, I'll be happy. The big one from the first movie was Ruthless, the real Mini Indominus. I still don't know what the big one was. I think that's always been a rumor out there.
Yeah, they all look exactly the same.
All big ones.
Yeah.
What are the chances we will see Owen, Claire, Maisie, and Alan? I don't think we will anymore. I think there's a chance that we might see these characters, or possibly one of them, in maybe a cameo at another later film.
I'd say, if anything, it's probably going to be Maisie out of all of them.
Because of her age as well. I don't think, of the money it's going to cost to get any one of these guys in.
I mean, Owen, Claire, Alan, Ellie, and Ian, they're done. Owen and Claire, with Owen and Claire, we may get a 5-minute quick thing at the beginning of the film just to tie and end the Jurassic World trilogy. Yeah, almost like passing over the torch somehow. Yeah. Like maybe Owen says, hey, this is my my colleague. I don't know how I've turned it into Malcolm there. This is my colleague. Zora. Yeah. She can on the phone. Yeah, just anything. Yeah, just get her that she can handle this from here, sort of situation. I don't know. Yeah. I hope, like I said, I hope we don't get any of the characters back. As much as we love them, I don't think it helped Jurassic World Dominion to have these characters back. It's cool seeing them in the Jurassic Park film again. And I think, for me, that's done now. I don't need to see these characters again in the film. I think I'm going to enjoy a fresh start, if I'm honest. I think that's what I loved about Jurassic World. To some fans, I know David from Jurassic Collectibles particularly, I think he felt that he took the devil. I think the original cast needed almost bringing in earlier in the Jurassic World. But the Malcolm book situation was kind of like a subtle touch, wasn't it? Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of think it almost focused too much on them, didn't it? Yeah, we need a decent story rather than having a rebirth of these old characters. No, yeah, I agree. Even in Jurassic Theory, in a Jurassic Park script, the big one was the electrical shed that attacked Ellie. It was a raptor first to die by Rexy. The big one didn't appear in the kitchen scene. The big one killed Joffrey. Okay. It's still it's still quite hard to track when you're watching the film, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you stick them next to each other, like even in the film, you can't like differentiate the difference between the big one and the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
What was
Yeah,
this one?
so
In Jurassic World, what are the chances they found the remains of the big one, the velociraptor from the first film, and they used her DNA to clone and create the Indominus Rex?
I honestly think this new trilogy, as much as it sounds like a cool idea, Scott, I actually think this new trilogy is going to be. I think they're going to try and leave what we've had away in the past. I think I don't think they're going to connect an awful lot. Like they probably will, because people will probably ask too many questions about that, and I agree in that respect. I think I get what you're going with, but
yeah, I think like the title suggests, you know, Jurassic World Rebirth. This is a rebirth of the Jurassic franchise. We're not going to get like rehashes. We're hopefully not going to get like bloody hybrids or returning characters, etc. This is a brand new story. And I'm
talking of hybrids, and we'll bring that up later, right?
Yeah,
I've got a really bad theory that I hope doesn't come true. But yeah,
okay, we'll save that for the
we'll
close
save
off.
that for the close off. Yeah, no. So Jurassic Park trilogy Raptors. If we go back to Sorna, do you think they're going to? Beg your pardon. If we go back to Sorna, do you think we're going to get these raptors back? Like, and if so, probably not the first raptor, obviously, but the Lost World or the Jurassic Park 3 variant. If so, do you think we will get either one of those species back? And actually, see what I'm going to ask you two questions. The first question is, do you think we're going to get the Sorna raptors back if we're back on Sorna, right?
Okay.
And these two specific designs based on where they're located, because you've got the grassland ones, which are the high grass, and the highland raptors, which are the ones we see in Jurassic Park 3. I think. I know it's theory and fan theory and that, but
yeah,
it kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Or are we going to go to a brand new species of raptor on Sorna that's also evolved? And would you be open to that?
So returning to Sorna, I think.
Obviously, that's the key ingredient here. If we do return to Sorna.
If we do return to Sorna, then I would be annoyed if they didn't use one of the raptors from either Jurassic Park 3 or Lost World. If they brought in a whole nother third variant,
same.
You're just going to ask questions going like, where's this come from? What I wouldn't mind seeing, right, is a territorial battle between the tiger stripes and the Jurassic Park 3 raptors, like Lost World. So that would be something so cool.
See, now you've just put something in my mind that I now want that I'm not going to get.
Yeah, sorry. But can you imagine that? Like we've seen carnivores take on herbivores.
Do you know what? That would tie in with the book as well, you know, because there's a scene in the book where Sarah Harding is underneath the car. No, that's Dodgson's scene, but she's around a load of Pachycephalosaurus, right?
Yeah.
And they're fighting, and she's hiding in a tree. And then there's another scene where she actually sees the raptors fighting and being cannibalistic with each other.
Yeah.
In a fight for hierarchy, and that's due to something to do with the DX disease and the lack of herbivores on the island and all that sort of. It links in with each other, and that would be pretty sweet seeing them sort of fight, and they're like kind of escaping while they're fighting almost.
Yeah, that's it. Like maybe they're getting stalked by the Lost World raptors, for instance, through the long grass, and what they're doing is they're stalking, but they enter the territory of the other breeder raptors, and they manage to escape because they are fighting together. Like these raptors are fighting each other, and that's how they escape. I know it's never going to happen. Like the chance of this,
it would be sick. And you know, it almost sounds like this is a Jurassic Apocalypse. Chapter in our book. But no, it does sound pretty cool. I would love that.
Yeah.
At the very least, I think if we're going to Sorna, it would almost be an insult to the fan base if we don't see those species of raptors or one of
Yeah.
those species of raptors. I would be open to seeing a new variant, but I wouldn't want it to be a velociraptor. I'd want it to be another raptor, like a Dakota raptor or a
Yeah.
different species of raptor variant, but not a velociraptor.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, how would they play it? See, now there's this picture. This is the reason why I thought this, right? Because if I'm gonna show you this picture. It was this picture here that made me think. Like, their faces look that they're in wonder. So I don't think that they're looking at velociraptors here because they don't look remotely terrified.
No.
If anything, they look like they're looking at something or they're in wonder and like, wow, that looks really cool. Is that what we're going to go and get? Is that what we're going to? But that's long grass.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of putting 2 and 2 together here, like probably to make 5. But that's what's making me think, like, are we going to get sorna raptors? Like, Big Jurassic Theory says big herbivore. I agree. I think it probably is. I mean, I think you're completely bang on the money. But
it could be the stegos.
It could be the stegos. But
Yeah.
I'm more thinking. I'm not thinking for a second that these are going to be with raptors. It could be a very, very small possibility. I just don't think that's the case. But I'm just more talking about the environment they're in.
Yeah.
Like the fact that grass is long, it could almost be a nod. I know I'm really clutching at straws here, but it would be the perfect opportunity to bring the Lost World Raptors in, if that's the case.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, they could be looking at a big herbivore in this scene, and it could lead on to the Lost World Raptors attacking this big herbivore for a meal. It could be a potential.
Oh, it's so tough. Like, I almost want to see
so many
more.
things we want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a blast to the past. A blast to the past, I think, would definitely be something that I think the fans have craved for a while.
Yeah.
Like, they almost did it with Dodgson and almost linking that together, you know? But then almost, like, it kind of didn't quite hit the nail where we wanted it.
Yeah.
It was too much trying to appease the lesser audience than the main bulk of the audience, which I think kind of where they went really well with that Alien Romulus new film.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I think they really tried. They really tried to go back to how the original felt with that film. Small, isolated cast on one ship, trying to escape from this alien. That obviously it was very. In fact, it was very similar to the first film in a way.
Yeah.
A bit quicker paced, but it was a bit similar to the first film. And I think he did a good work, and I think Twisters did the same good job as well. Like it felt like it belonged to that franchise, and it felt like a real solid good sequel. And you know, they kept the same with Twisters. They kept the same style, same quirky sort of characters. You had the Joker, you had everything you love about that original film. They kind of brought in, and they done it well enough so it didn't feel like it was just a retread, and they just did the same thing again. It was different. It was different enough with modern tech, and they tried to use the technology this time to dissolve the Twisters to save lives, as opposed to chasing them to work them out.
Yeah,
which I thought was a really good way of storytelling.
Yeah,
and I just hope with this film that where it's fresh, and we go to a new, like, if we're going to go back to the past in terms of like story purposes, I hope it just seems a bit plausible. It doesn't really tarnish anything that's come. I don't want it to tarnish anything that John Hammond's done.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be a real shame if it does.
Yeah, because we've got to keep the legacy going.
Yeah, I really do think that. Let's get to this. Do you guys personally believe Jurassic Park one day might become a reality or real? I don't. I think we will clone things like mammoths and probably the dodo, and possibly a thylacine might get cloned somehow from. I think that the DNA would be too far gone.
Yeah.
I think it goes after about 1 million years.
Mamentosaurus.
That's a cool dinosaur. That is. It's a very underused one.
Yeah.
He said, I need to ask you guys a question. And then Jurassic Park fans himself, I think it should go up on the Star Wars franchise and concentrate on the Jurassic Park franchise more now.
I think they're two different. Disney owns Star Wars, didn't they?
Yeah, I
Universal, but it's tough because they're both two very good franchises, and we both love them both, really. But here's a question: Jurassic or Star Wars? If you had to give one up,
I would always give up Star Wars.
Yeah,
otherwise I wouldn't be on this podcast.
It's true. It is true. But
what do you guys think about the new Jurassic Park? I tell you what, we'll get to that one. I'll start.
We do have a little segment. Yeah,
because I want to start that. So we'll talk about some other stuff at the end. So let's change the banner.
We'll go a little break.
Yeah, if you want to. We'll be back in about 20 seconds. And then we will continue. Okay, so Jurassic World Raptors. We are now in the Jurassic World era, not the Jurassic Park era. Right. So, how do you feel about the Jurassic World Raptors? I don't mean specifically just that movie. I'm talking about the Jurassic World trilogy.
So, are we including all raptors? So, pyroraptors, atrociraptors? Nope, just the raptors.
I should have said that, shouldn't I? No, because I've got onto. I've also got another ticker coming after, which is about them.
Okay.
So maybe we'll just stick to the velociraptors of the Jurassic World trilogy. So let's stick to that. Velociraptors, the Jurassic World trilogy.
Yeah. Okay. So I do honestly love the Raptor squad from Jurassic World. I think that introduction, I love the coloration on. I always forget it. So obviously you got blue, which is good. Which is the one with like the orangey blue? Is it Delta or Echo? I can't remember. Echo. I love Echo's coloration. When I first saw that on 4K Blu-ray,
you see it better on that, don't you?
Yeah, and it's just like I was amazed, like loved it.
Yeah.
And I like the characteristics they brought out for, they each had their own little personalities, and which was the one with the like the bird's eye, like the eagle slit in the eye, rather than the circled pupil.
I want to say it's Delta.
Yeah. See,
it's definitely Delta or Charlie. I don't know which one it is. One of them's got avian
I love
DNA.
that leading up to the film when they were releasing up like their own little personalities of the four raptors that are in this film. I loved all of that. So I'd definitely say that, for Jurassic World Trilogy Raptors, like the Raptor pack, Raptor squad is decent. I love it.
I liked it, actually. I'm not going to lie. I thought I completely understand everybody's argument where they were like, oh, raptors aren't scary anymore. But I think it was just the way that they were filmed that made them not scary. It wasn't the fact that the animals were any different. I think it's just because it was the way that Chris Pratt obviously was brought in. His character, Owen, was obviously brought in to train these raptors to be able to follow commands for military purposes in Indian.
Yeah.
And because he was using their intelligence to do that, then it made them seem like they were tameable. And the second you do that with any animal, the fear factor is gone from monster to just general animal, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And up until this point, the raptors were just monsters.
Yeah. Relentless. Like, you cannot escape them.
Which is what I kind of think the raptors. I just think any animal in this franchise needs to just be a monster. Its job is to hunt and kill people, or just exist in peace as a herbivore. Whatever. I think, like, so I don't need that anymore. I thought they handled the raptors pretty well, though, if I'm honest. I liked it. I thought the whole scene of chasing the dragons and the raptor paddock was really, really good fun.
Yeah.
And it was intense. When Colby Boothman fell into that pit.
Yeah.
That was a pretty intense scene.
I think the issue that lies with, like, the intensity and the, like, how the Jurassic World Raptors are is the environment they've been put in. So we're in this sort of magical theme park sort of world where you feel everything's safe. So having these raptors, you're not feeling that sort of intensity as you would Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I think that is a big thing, because how often do you ever go to a zoo and feel like you're not safe?
No.
You don't, do you? Like,
no.
Ever. So
literally, we've had, like, in Colchester Zoo and even Chesterton Zoo, the lion just walks in front of the glass and then back around and just constantly doing that. We're literally, there's that much glass, but you don't feel that sort of.
You don't feel unsafe, do you?
No, not at all.
So I think that's what made the raptors and everything scary. Or the Lost World, I feel like we can't compare the Lost World, because any wild animal in their environment is terrifying.
Yeah.
So we can't really use the Lost World as an example, because of course it's going to be captured as going to feel scary.
That's it. Jurassic Park felt way more dangerous than Jurassic World.
It did, because the enclosures weren't finished for a start.
Yeah.
And the power went out. If the power went out in Jurassic World, it'd have been terrifying as well. But the power wasn't out. The only Jurassic World fell purely because of the pteranodons. Like, the Indominus Rex didn't technically shut the park down, because that was all behind the park.
Yeah, it was all
walls.
Contained.
It was the pteranodons that screwed that up.
Yeah.
But getting back to the raptors, I thought they really did well with how they were portrayed in this. And they did have a bit of a fear factor, but more so not until they went a bit rogue.
Yeah.
You know, when the Indominus sort of
that's
pyroraptor. Yeah. And then it went a bit rogue. Then it went a bit more how we know and love these animals to be, which was really good. Design wise, I would say I didn't necessarily love the redesign.
They looked a bit skinny compared
I don't think they did.
No,
I thought they looked the opposite. I thought they looked too bulky.
Oh, really? I thought they looked quite lean.
Yeah, no, see, I thought the opposite.
I think it's more the face. Like, it looked quite.
They had a bit of a design, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had this, like, extra ridge put in between the eyebrow and the nose. There's like an extra ridge, whereas it was more closer to the Jurassic Park 3 design as opposed to.
They looked massive when all the heads were in the cage.
Yeah.
But I think that's obviously animatronic style, but
yeah. Well, they tried to do that to scale, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's always hard to sort of get the scale on a CG, I guess, and depending on how you sort of film it. But I don't know. I think for me, I would never put them. I'd always put them at the bottom of the pecking order. I think as much as I love the Jurassic World Raptors and I like Blue's intelligence level and
Yeah.
the connection she's got with Owen. Like, I will never hate it ever.
Yeah.
I'll always really like it. However, I do think it's almost like Raptors have kind of been almost out evolved now.
Yeah.
They're kind of it's almost like they don't want you to like Raptors anymore. So look, here's an atrociraptor, which is a better version, which I don't think they are a better version. I like the design of them.
Yeah.
But they weren't needed, were they? They weren't needed.
The pyroraptor wasn't needed.
That was just a complete waste of time, that thing. We'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I just and I don't know, like I just don't want them to go forward with the Jurassic World Raptor design. I want them to, if we're going to go to an island, I want to see. That's another question though. If we go to a different island altogether, then I'll be probably more open to see a different species of raptor.
Yeah.
But I think if this is definitely is a sorna, if we don't get the Lost World Raptors or Jurassic Park 3 Raptors, I will be very disappointed.
Yeah, like I said, if we get
very annoyed.
If we get a third variant, I just think, what is the point? Where has this one come from?
Just give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
It's just a complete wasted opportunity. Complete wasted opportunity. Let's get to Corey. Welcome.
Yes, Corey.
Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. Go on, you read it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion dropped the ball with velociraptors because Blue's the only one besides Beta. Yeah.
Well, that's a very good point. That's another thing. Like Blue's story. Like where is Blue? Is she dead? Is she actually?
What is the end of Blue?
Because within theory, she should be. She's the most intelligent animal on the planet. So technically, she should know how to survive.
Yeah.
Instinct and things like that would locate her to a new place, especially now she's got Beta as well to sort of, Yeah,
she's building the backup.
But then at the same time, do we want Blue and Beta back again?
No. Same way with like Rexy. Now, Dominion, honestly, as much as it's going to hate and feel like crap, but Rexy should have died in Dominion.
I can hear a lot of banging. Sorry, but you're like.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
But Rexy should have died in Dominion. That should have been the fall of Rexy.
I think Rexy should have, not be. I think the T-Rex shouldn't have been killed, but I think she should have died maybe from injuries or something. Someone actually made using Blender like a fan edit of that fight, and then they made Rexy walking away after the fight.
Yeah,
just falling down and sleeping, and then her breath just sort of went, and the buck and the doe, come to see her as she's asleep. It was really well done, actually. I was like, oh, that'd be great. That would have been great. And a good way to finish the film with them two approaching rather than just being randomly
thrown in.
Well, I don't think that's them anyway, because I don't think it looks like them. But it is what it is. That's another topic for another day. So that's our thoughts on the Raptors of the Jurassic World trilogy. Still love them, but I think they could have been done better. And I don't like the way they was kicked to the curb. It was almost like they were relying on Blue's character to sort of keep, carrying the torch for velociraptors.
Yeah.
When Blue is not what I represent as a velociraptor, she's like a unique specimen.
Yeah.
So, but moving on to, I guess, kind of this part, the atrociraptors and pyroraptors. So I think what we'll do, quick break, we'll come back and talk about that. So, atrociraptors, pyroraptors. I don't want to see either of them, if I'm honest.
I don't want to see either of them. Great designs, though. Can't fault the designs of both the atrociraptor and the pyroraptor. Thing that annoyed me, didn't need them.
No, didn't need either of them.
Yeah, I mean, pyroraptor for a starter is pyro means fire. Why the hell is it in a frozen lake? And
swimming and doing slow motion showboating.
Yeah, honestly, again, cinematic, whatever, but story wise,
that was one of their moments where I sort of went,
yeah,
to you in the cinema, and you went,
yeah. I think at that point in the film, I was counting the amount of dinosaurs we didn't need in this film.
Yeah,
and that scene was just like, that whole scene would have been fine of him trying to escape the frozen lake that he'd crashed into without the pyroraptor. Like, that dinosaur was not needed at all. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the design of the pyroraptor. I love the feathers on it.
Yeah, the feathers were done really well, and it was quite a scary animal.
Yeah,
like the behaviour of it, as stupid as it was swimming, the behaviour of it in terms of like having that just I want to kill everything sort of attitude was really well done, and I liked it. But it was short, sweet, and just not needed and stupid, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that whole scene could be cut out of the film, and it would not impact it in any way, shape, or form.
No.
The only thing
what's the raptors beginning with D?
Dakota raptor.
Dakota raptors. Is there any others?
Dromaeosaur.
No. Let me try and find it, because it's going to bug me.
Utah raptor.
Is it Utah raptor?
Trudon Dromaeosaurus. Well, that I think a Dromaeosaur is a raptor as a species, though. It's like the genome species of it. Deinonychus.
That's the one.
Well done, Jurassic Theory.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Deinonychus. That's what
the pyroraptor should have been. The Deinonychus. It shouldn't have been a pyroraptor. Because the similarities in Deinonychus and pyroraptor, in design-wise with the feathers, they look pretty much identical. There's no reason why we've had a pyroraptor when we could have had a Deinonychus.
Yeah, I'm wondering because obviously Steve Brissati was the paleontologist consultant on this film, and he done a lot of great stuff. The whole of the prologue thing was superb, and the redesigns of the arms and all that sort of stuff, I think they've done a really good job with. I am wondering whether the reason they've gone for the ice aesthetic with the pyroraptor was nothing to do with the name, but more so because of where, I don't know whether they've gone for, I don't know where the pyroraptor was found, but I'm thinking because a lot of raptor species are found in China, and sometimes it's quite cold climate, and I'm wondering if they put feathers and cold climate for insulation together, and that's why they've linked that to that scene.
It is potentially.
But for me, I don't know. I just kind of I like the idea of them being in a pack and being in a jungle somewhere. You know, like latching to trees and jumping down and gliding down onto. I think that'd be a brilliant. I know it probably wouldn't be their behaviour, but imagine just picture like a panned up view from the treetop of Indian armies on the ground, and then in the foreground you see, all right, Mr. Schmuggerman. You see a raptor head pop up, and then further down is another one, and they're clung to the tree, and they don't glide, but almost can.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
See what I'm saying? And they are like decked from above, almost like the Herrerasaurus on the Isle.
Yeah.
Now imagine giving them that behaviour as a scene going through the jungle would be sick.
Yeah.
But now some people might think that's stupid and not like it, but I do honestly think that would be quite a cool scene. I just think it would have been better than them swimming in an ice lake.
Yeah.
For me, for sure. But atrociraptors. Now, I like what they've done with the atrociraptors in Chaos Theory.
Yeah.
That was well done. I don't know how I feel about the silly alien woman.
Yeah. That's a weird one.
Yeah, what I didn't like about the atrociraptors in the movie was the fact that they were designed to be thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Basically designed to be killers. And the
best.
whole entire 20 minutes, half an hour journey through Malta, they completely missed their targets, all 4 of them constantly.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not going to murder Claire and not going to murder Owen.
Yeah.
But then make them take out people.
Yeah, like even Barry. Like, I know he's an important character as well, but it's another, like, they're being too safe with this film.
Yeah, no, they're all far too safe.
Yeah.
With Dominion, far too safe.
So let's rewind and break down the atrociraptors. So design-wise, they look
I like
good.
the design. I think the design's brilliant. And what I like about them is they're very reminiscent of the trilogy, OG trilogy.
Yeah.
Raptors, aren't they?
And I love that sort of bulky, stocky looking raptor. Like, it looks evil. It looks big. It looks tough. You know, you can tell that is full muscle.
Yeah.
And it looks like a scary raptor. It's just a shame that they didn't portray that sort of anger and muscle in the film.
I almost wished that this was the Raptor pack.
Oh, yeah.
So Chris Pratt had this Raptor pack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So velociraptors were never a thing in the Jurassic World trilogy.
Yeah, like the velociraptors can't be trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're always going to be... This will then make them as the Velociraptor 2.0 because they have got more intelligence, more so than a raptor because they can be trained.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, raptors and T-Rex, Mr. Schuckman, raptors and T-Rex, they are seen as like the hero dinosaurs and really appeal to kids. My thing is that if you are edible, your arse is on the chopping block. Absolutely. And this is the thing that that's the thing I hated about the Jurassic World trilogy, is that the stakes were very, very low.
Everyone felt safe.
I think Jurassic World was a very violent film. Jurassic World was very violent, and I like that. I think you can tell there's a Spielberg touch to that one, and I do wonder. That's why Jurassic World is as good as it is, and I will die on that hill. Yeah. It's good enough as a single standalone movie without a sequel.
You get important characters die. You know, Masrani.
Yep. You get character arcs.
Zara. Zara's death is brutal.
Brilliant. Dinosaurs don't care whether he deserves to die or not.
No, exactly. They're going to kill.
Just meat.
Yeah. And you get Jimmy Buffett. What do you want from a film?
Exactly. And that's the thing with these films. I think they just need to be brave. Like, how brave would it be if they just killed Scarlett Johansson's character off?
Yeah, within probably not in the first half an hour, but towards the end.
Absolutely.
Oh, Vic Hoskins, yes.
Exactly. That's what Jurassic Park is so special about it, is that Samuel Jackson died, Dennis Nedry died, Muldoon died.
Yeah.
Gennaro died. Iconic characters and actors all died in this film.
Yeah.
And the only one that really deserved to die was Nedry, arguably. But was he really a villain? He was just trying to thieve a load of money.
Yeah, it's a different villain, isn't it? It's a destructive, a very toxic worker.
That should have happened. 100% should have happened.
Yeah, if not in Jurassic World, in Fallen Kingdom. If not in Fallen Kingdom, 100% in Jurassic World.
Dominion.
Dominion. I hate the fact he got his redemption and walked through the fields and all the locusts and all that sort of stuff. I hate that ending.
Yeah.
He needed to die by either Rexy or Blue. One of his creations he needed to die from.
You know what's funny about that? that ending is the whole like, oh, the animals like coexisting and living in peace, and like this film's just basically gone, yeah, that's a crap idea.
Yes, we don't like that.
We don't like that. 5 years in the future, yeah, the animals are all dead. Sorry, let's move on. Let's get back to why everyone actually likes Jurassic Park.
Yeah, there should never have been Woo's Redemption.
It was a stupid idea. Like, in some ways, right? Now, this is where they went wrong, right? I know we're going way off topic, sorry. But this is where they went wrong, in my opinion, where animals open source, right, can be scary if it's done in the right way. The problem with the way the films come across, not necessarily Fallen Kingdom because it was the start of it, but Dominion, is that we never got to see any of these animals actually affecting people on a day-to-day basis. Deaths, you know, like remember when COVID hit, the news was always saying, oh, there's been 1,000 deaths in the UK today or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Rest in peace to all those people, obviously. But like, we never got to see anything like that. Like, so the biggest threat to humanity was the locusts, which no one even saw coming. So if they was to have done I don't know, I guess the stakes to humanity a lot higher, made the environment change. I guess this is where this new film is linking in. They've changed it so, you know, like the animals are becoming intoxicated by our atmosphere, so they're going to climates that suit them, which I think is genius, by the way.
Yeah.
Why not on the other hand, what they should have done was Wu should have released something, a flora species that just took over the climate, which was more hospitable to dinosaurs, and our own species started dying out. Then you jump 5 years into the future, humans are starting to struggle in this environment with the low oxygen that the animals rely on.
Yeah.
Did you see what I mean? I don't know. Or the
annoyingly, we've said it so many times before. Planet of the Apes is the best Jurassic film.
Planet of the Apes. And if they'd have gone that route, then we wouldn't have had to need. Then dinosaurs and open source would have worked because the environments would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
And it would have been wild. It'd have been a mixture of The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 blend in a blender. Yeah.
The way the story arcs of the whole franchise of Planet of the Apes, like the new trilogy, like the new season, sorry, not the old stuff.
Yeah.
So all of that whole story arc of the whole like apes taking over, that's the story of Jurassic World trilogy, but with apes. But Planet of the Apes did it 1,000 times better and got it right, whereas we half-assed it. I say we, like Jurassic half-assed it. They've not done it correctly.
Yeah.
So if they did exactly what Planet of the Apes has done, we've got a really good film. Because that whole sort of like the apes are taking over, our climate's changing, the whole world is changing. Like the buildings, like the cities are all going to ruin. You know, the world is different now that these have been released. It should have been the same for the dinosaurs, but it's not. It's as if dinosaurs released in the world and like they're roaming the world and they're killing people. Obviously, they're killing people, but there's no change to the environment at all.
Yeah. And obviously, with the new film, we also got the whole Dolomite Mountains, basically jungle, which was another island, really, but with no people in it.
Yeah.
So, other than Claire. So it kind of like...
Which you knew was never going to get killed off.
No, they weren't going to kill Claire. The fact that she, I don't know, parachuted and fell into a tree, still didn't get impaled. We just knew it weren't going to happen. So I think that's the thing. There was I think by the time the third trilogy came along, there was too many characters that were heroines. Yeah. In Jurassic World, no one liked Claire. So if she would have died in Jurassic World, we'd have been like, oh well. Like, you know what I mean? She's a bit of a bitch, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
And then,
annoyed everybody.
Like Owen was the hero, so I kind of knew Owen weren't going to die. because
Yeah.
he was the main comic hero of the film, and the main role person in it. Even though it was actually Claire's story, ironically, it felt like she needed to make an arc and get over this being what was once there. I guess, I think Jurassic Theory said, like, I really didn't want, we didn't get the Wu's redemption thing. Like, Wu shouldn't have had a redemption.
Yeah.
He should have
He's
had
had
the consequences of his actions.
He's had 3 films where he should have died.
Yeah, Claire should have got the Zara treatment. That would have been absolute jokes. Bryce would have done it and all. I bet she'd have been absolutely keen as hell to do that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They've obviously had the trilogy in mind, signed them up for 2 movies with a possible extension.
Yeah.
So they was already signed up. So they've written their characters into that. The best thing they need to do with this film is not
rely on a second.
We're not lying a second. Make it to be a single standalone film. If it does well, with a door open for something else.
Well, work on what the first film has done. Like Jurassic Park was a standalone film. Lost World didn't need an open door from Jurassic Park. We knew there's dinosaurs on island. Why not create a second island with dinosaurs on? The film worked. That's all they needed. There's a second island with dinosaurs on.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 islands. Yeah, I remember that bit. Yeah. Oh, Jurassic. I want another quotable film.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Like, I can actually quote a little bit of Jurassic World, but there's not much. Jurassic Park 3 must have some of the most quotable dialogue ever.
Yeah.
In a film. It's just so. It's so cheesy, but.
And that's it. It's brought that comedy element in, which allows you to relay those.
Like, I love back and forth conversations with multiple people about the same thing. That's what worked for Jurassic Park 3, actually. Like, Kirby says, we needed someone who's been on the island before. And Alan Grant was like, well, I've never been on this island. And he says, sure you have. You wrote that book. That was Isla Nublar. This is Isla Sorna, Site B. You mean there's 2? It's just like this whole, like, banter going on. It's just, like, brilliant. And that's what we need, Matt. Back more, and hopefully, I guess with David Koepp, we might get that, because he wrote The Lost World, and there was a little bit of that in The Lost World with Sarah and Ian when they were moaning at each other, and in the background you've got Vince Vaughn and Eddie having a little chat about something else, and there's multiple things going on, so it gives it a bit like an element of realism of, like, people will bicker when they're in this, like, crap situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, like, you look at Battle at Big Rock, and, like, you just see how well that short clip of that short film was made, and you just think, if only Dominion had that quality, we'd have had one hell of a film. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. Like, Battle at Big Rock was so good. Like, the tension and the whole darkness, and, like, you felt at danger that whole. What was it? Was it like 20 minutes? How long was Battle of the Big Rock?
Only 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
8 minutes short.
Fucking hell.
And that mad. Like I said, you thought 20 minutes purely because of how well it was done.
Yeah. That's just insane, isn't it?
Yeah. But and I think people, it's what we need. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you then. I think people would appreciate it. Eric. Would you stop doing that? It's a very bad idea.
What? What's a bad idea?
I think that Battle of Big Rock is now more appreciated.
Yeah.
Since Dominion's come out, because I know.
Annoyingly, we needed more Battle of Big Rocks.
Yeah.
For Dominion.
Yeah, it hasn't quite ticked. That tickled my fancy. Like, that tickled me where I wanted to be tickled there. And Dominion didn't quite. The viral website did. I thought the guys did with Cal3 did a good job with Dino Tracker. That was brilliant. Like, that brought the world to life of dinosaurs in their environments. But
my favourite bit was South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
Yeah.
We use that Brachiosaurus.
Yeah,
I had a touch of French in me for
you
this.
did.
When I saw the Gallimimus in France in
Yeah.
Sicily. Okay, so let's just go to these topics before we just move on to our final one.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll stay away from more childish characteristics from the shows and Dominion. Less of the atrocious dialogue you heard from the first half and a little bit of the second half in Jurassic World Dominion. Yep. What do you guys think of Clayton Fury? What do you guys think of Jurassic Park videos and his theories in Jurassic Park franchise? I like Clayton. I've got along with him great. We've been friends for years with Clayton, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Jurassic World time, isn't it? When it be released.
Oh yeah, it's got to be since 2014, I'd say.
Yeah.
We've had him on the channel a few times. If you're a fan, check that. Have a look at that video. Be under a podcast playlist, I believe.
Yeah.
We might be able to get the link for that. We're good friends with Clayton, so it's just a guy that loves Jurassic and loves God. So
yeah, his videos are good though. He does put a lot of good work into his videos.
Yeah, his content's brilliant. I can't fault his content at all. But I'm not religious remotely, so I don't agree with him in terms of that. But I don't really care. That's his values, not mine. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, moving on. So I'll tell you what. I think it's time for a little break. So
there we go. So I've just dropped the link to Clayton's, not Clayton, our video with Clayton, and I think it was what we want for Jurassic Park 7 or Jurassic World 7 or whatever it was, wherever that discussion was. So it sort of ties into this film.
And it was just a big random Jurassic conversation, wasn't it? About everything post Dominion, I think. Right, so moving on. What is the shocking discovery in Rebirth? And this is where I'm going to bring up. We still got that comment. We should have starred. Oh no, that's not. We're not going to use that comment. That's not the right one. We'll talk about that though.
I do like that. A man of God's favorite franchise is the one where man played God.
yeah. Love that too. It was okay. So I'm going to tell you one of the theories that Brad Jost and Tom recently discussed on one of the Jurassic Park podcasts recently, and they found it funny, and they were like, "No, please not." And I think Brad might have even brought this up with Aaron Pryor and the latest one as well.
It's quite funny. If you want to go listen, check it out. And
it's the human dinosaur hybrids.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know what I would think if this even comes on the screen.
If we can sit through Fast and Furious 9 or 10 or whatever film it was in hopes that there's a bit of dinosaur content, I probably would sit through this dinosaur human hybrid, but my reactions would probably be the same of utter disappointment and hatred for that film.
Do you know what would be a real big shame is if the first act is brilliant, the second act is brilliant, and then the whole film is tarnished with this stupid idea that they brought in. Now, the only thing that's a saving grace of this is I do think that David Koepp wouldn't do this.
You would hope not.
With the screenwriting. Like, I'm just praying, non-religiously, that they just do a bit of bloody research. They just look at the fan base. I couldn't tell you I bet there's not one single person in this fandom that would want these human stupid hybrids with a dinosaur. Like, I mean, there's a place for it, and the place of it is in Camp Cretaceous. If they're going to do it, that's when they do it.
This comment down here.
Oh,
if these dinosaur human hybrids were able to speak, honestly, Jurassic Theory, if that happens, I am going to delete Jurassic Unicast from YouTube and everything, because what's the point of having this franchise going?
No, they're going to quote you on that and hold you to it.
I know. I probably will quit.
Scott says, I think it could be a dinosaur-human hybrid and a secret ninja. Now, do you know what? I wouldn't... Would I hate this? Would I hate this?
Yes.
No, wait.
Yes.
Would I hate this? I wouldn't completely hate an embryonic chamber of experiments.
Right. Okay. That's more believable. But having a walk-in human dinosaur hybrid, let's really think about it. Really think about it, James. You're sitting there, you've taken your wife to the cinema to watch this film.
I don't even know if she'd go after watching Dominion.
Right. You've dragged her to it.
Hated that film.
Yeah, you've dragged her to it. What's her reaction going to be to a dinosaur human hybrid who can talk?
Mate.
She would turn around to you and say, are you actually dedicating your life to this franchise?
You should say, give the channel up.
Just stop it. Stop it now.
Just don't go anything past Jurassic World and it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Ironically, her favourite Jurassic Park film is Jurassic Park 3, followed by Jurassic World. Then the first film. She hated The Lost World, and she hated Fallen Kingdom, and she hated Dominion.
Yeah, my wife hates Fallen Kingdom and Dominion with a passion. She won't watch it.
See, I actually don't mind Fallen Kingdom now. I don't mind it as much. It's gotten a lot better since Dominion. I actually find there's elements of that film that I really, really like, actually. And a little bit me likes the music as well. Yeah. Do you guys remember those old theories about the Indoraptor having human DNA? Jurassic Theory says. Yeah, I don't remember that, but I remember a lot of those images, like the early concept art for the hybrids, and it was that. Do you ever play Mortal Kombat? I forget who the character is, but it had like swords for arms. Basically, it looked a lot like that character. Blade? No. Jax? Baraka? Oh, I remember Jax from Mortal Kombat. Let's have a look. Jax wins. Yeah, it's Baraka Mortal Kombat. If you Google Baraka Mortal Kombat, I suppose I'll probably share my screen. Yeah, get rid of my share, and then you can share yours. I'm going to do a new poll, and the question is: would you leave the cinema if you saw a human hybrid? So the early concept art for the Jurassic World looks a lot like this. Let's see if we can find that. You can find that. It's a John Sayles script. Yeah. Oh, no, it's Y. Yeah. LES. Jurassic Park 4, John. Just write hybrids, yeah. That's them. Yeah. You see what I mean? This weird. Yeah. Mate, no. It can't happen, can it? I think we're very, very close with the E750. To be fair, what's that thing called? Scorpius. That's it. To be fair, that's. ironically, I actually think that's a better designed hybrid
Yeah.
because it looks like a hybrid. The Indoraptor looks actually too legitimate like an animal to be a hybrid. This looks like a messed up creature with the wrong shape, size, face, abilities, arms, limbs. It just looks weird. It's almost like werewolf stroke alien xenomorph. Let's zoom in a bit. So I hope this isn't a shocking discovery. So with every vein in my body, and I'm praying that is the case. What else could this shocking discovery be? Obviously, it could be a number of things, but what's your thoughts on what it could be?
It's so difficult to think, isn't it, of what it could be.
Do you think it's something animal related, or do you think it's something plot related, maybe to the past? Because this could be the shocking discovery. Could just be a bloody family of Spinosaurus on the island.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid. It could be, couldn't it? The shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades. No one other than Alan Grant and Billy know about that Spinosaurus because the island's quarantined.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're looking at 20 plus years, because obviously decades. So you are looking about the Jurassic Park trilogy, like the early Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the Jurassic Park trilogy.
So what secrets could there be other than the Spinosaurus?
Right, so let's go through. We've got hybrids, which we don't want. Which
there was no hybrids in Jurassic Park, though.
No, it doesn't. It could be pre-Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. Yeah. It could be, like I said, it could be something Lockwood related. The discovery could be the real. We don't. That's another point. That's another video. We don't even find out what the hell Hammond and Lockwood fell out about, because we all thought it was Maisie, but it's not, because she's miraculously.
She's a weird birth thing.
She's miraculously conceived
again
by her own mum,
which contradicts bloody Fallen
Kingdom. So that's another podcast. Yeah. What the hell happened to Lockwood and Hammond's fallout? And we'll get all the boys on for that one.
Yeah.
But make sure you check that out, everybody. When you be there for that one. So like, what could it be? Could it be something related to the DX disease and there's a cure? I know the plot is suggesting that there's 3 dinosaurs with hello there. Oh, welcome. Hello, John. Welcome to Jurassic World. Welcome. Everywhere, just like all over the place.
See, Scott Walker's saying about prehistoric animals like the woolly mammoth or the tiger or the cave bear lion.
Like embryonic. That they've tried to clone them.
Would you want like
that wouldn't bother me though? That wouldn't bother me.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know. Not seeing one in an equatorial environment, we wouldn't see a mammoth. So yeah, let's rule that out for a start. Well, there shouldn't be. If there is, then that's flipping dumb as hell. But I wouldn't be against seeing experiments of seeing them in embryonic form. Almost like a
yeah. Now,
like
what would be quite cool, you know?
Like my singing there.
I did. Jack Horner, you know when he says about creating this, the dinosaur, and they kill him off just before it gets to the point. Imagine having this whole lab where they've managed to successfully create the woolly mammoth, but obviously they've killed it off, but they've left the body in a cryogenic chamber. Sort of like, I'm trying to think of the film. So I'm trying to think. So they're on display. So they've created the woolly mammoth from, like, they managed to bring these back to life, but obviously they don't want them out in the wild, so they've killed them off at a young age. So they managed to fully develop and give birth, etc. But they've managed to obviously like kill them and then put them into a cryogenic chamber, and that's what they discover. So maybe there is all these experiments, so no animal has ever been extinct. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I see like stuff like this with the woolly mammoth and the cave bear and all that sort of stuff as two completely different films. Like, I would never associate a woolly mammoth into a Jurassic Park film or a Jurassic film, because I think
I don't think there's a place for it, if
No.
I'm on it. I just don't.
It would feel too much like Ice Age.
Yeah, and like, you know, they did have that little bit of an expansion to the Jurassic Park mobile game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Remember that? You had the marine ones and you had the Ice Age. That was quite fun. It was great in a game,
yeah, it's good for a little bit, but it's not.
Even if they brought that into Jurassic World 3, no, not Jurassic World 3, what's it called? Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Oh, Evolution.
No. Evolution 3. Even if they brought that in as an expansion, I'd be all over that, because it's a game. I don't really care.
Games are.
It is what it is. Yeah, and it's not canon to the franchise. I just think it might. There's a star thing that I want to go and cover in a minute from Jurassic Theory.
Yeah, I did see that.
What is the chance that they could appear Junior, the baby T-Rex from the Lost World, all grown up, and we'll love to see the return of the new Jurassic Park film after all these years?
See, they said that, didn't they?
Depends.
Well, there's a few theories that that little baby T-Rex was the T-Rex from
Jurassic Park 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then but then it's the same. It's also the same animatronic that they used for the Lost World. So you can also say that was the buck one that died in Jurassic Park 3. So that's why I also don't think the buck and the doe end of Dominion happened. But also, if we go back to Sorna, I definitely don't want to see a brown T-Rex. I want to see either a buck T-Rex in the green, or I want to see a completely other T-Rex, like the Red Rex or something.
Yeah, Red Rex.
But obviously it doesn't have to be red, because that's just a bit too of an unrealistic colour. But almost like a dark
terracotta or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
In sunlight you can see it's that what they're going for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that. And that'd be a cool skin to get unlocked on Jurassic World Evolution.
Yeah. Which we do still need to talk about Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Yeah, when we get more information on that, we will.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Park Survival and stuff, I don't think there's any information on that yet.
Yeah, I will get in contact with Frontier to see if there's any release and information they can send us that we can cover.
Yeah, that'd be good. Definitely. So, yeah, this is quite... I think this is the worrying part of this film for me. New characters doesn't worry me. New dinosaurs overly actually doesn't worry me. I do want animals that we know already. I don't want the T-Rex Rexy back. I don't want Blue back. And the fact that it's quite a small cast, I think is going to be good. But this kind of worries me.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I think we're going to have to... I'm hoping we get a bit more light on this topic, on a bit more of an idea. Because I think they can't give it away too much, because if it's remotely something that is going to be in any way controversial, people won't go.
Yeah.
They just won't risk. They'll just be like, well, that's just going. No, what have they done?
Yeah,
we're not going to see it.
We can't do this.
Which partly thinks, you know, keeping it a secret's good to get the bums on seats. Then you moan about it later.
Yeah,
but then it only takes. That's why I think they're not going to go. They couldn't surely. These are going to be another trilogy. It's got to be another trilogy.
I think
so we've got to be careful.
We need to see a trailer.
Yeah.
It's all just All we're getting is little posters, little words, and little sentences, paragraphs, etc.
I think we've gone off of nothing really, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, none of this could come to fruition at all. It could literally be like they found a Unix system.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You know what? I would like them to have... The DX disease needs to be part of this now.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to be almost like a Planet of the Apes style. Maybe they discovered a remedy or a type of a special plant that Henry Wu made, the Wu flower. The flower, right? The flower. And the Wu flower is part of what goes into the medicine to cure human. I don't know. I'm just being stupid now.
We're really going way off base here.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. But that is what I kind of But let's go to final thoughts, and we can talk about those two comments.
Yeah. We've got the first starred comment from Scott Walker. He says, "What do you guys think of the new Jurassic Park survival game coming out later in the year? I just hope it's worth playing, and it takes a day after the event of the first film. Can't wait for this game.
Yeah,
it's the game that we've wanted for ages. Like, we've played Jurassic World Evolution 1, we played Jurassic Evolution 2, but we've not had a game like this since, what do you reckon, Trespasser? Is that fair to say?
I would say Trespasser is probably the closest, or you can even include Jurassic Park Aftermath, really. Jurassic World Aftermath is that style of game, isn't it?
It is the style of game, but I think the cartoony drawings of the raptors and stuff
still didn't make me crap myself watching you play it.
Oh, it I still can't believe Chris has not done a video in VR on this.
He needs to do that.
Yeah, we need to get him when he's probably in the air flying to London, and he's going to Jamaica, tomorrow. But yeah, we need to get him to do that. We might see if we can get a special episode of Jurassic Park Aftermath in VR for the channel. We'll see if he's willing to do that.
That'd be quite fun to do. I'm really excited about the game because I feel like we've wanted to go back to the 90s for a long time, and this is going to retread within theory, because we don't actually know.
Yeah,
it's meant to retread on, a day has passed since the island's been abandoned. So everything we know from Jurassic Park, the game, it's kind of the same time period. Obviously, you're not going to have Dr. Sorkin, and you're not going to have that annoying little girl. Yoda.
Paul O'Grady.
Paul O'Grady, yeah. So it's going to be different, but that definitely is something that I'm really looking forward to playing. And it's going to be terrifying. And we're going to have one of us between the three, probably Chris, actually, because he's probably the only one that's got space for it, has to get this on VR.
Yeah.
And play it, if we can, on VR.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be able to play it on my PC.
Yeah.
You'll probably end up getting on PS5, probably, won't you?
Yeah, PS5, probably.
But I've not got the space for a VR in here. So, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that game. And the last comment is from Jurassic 2, which I think is a good one to end out on. It seems that Rebirth will be an R-rated according to the poster. Any thoughts on that? Mate, if this is R-rated...
Yeah. I mean, it is our Logan, isn't it? This film. You haven't seen Logan, have you?
I actually haven't, no.
You need to, honestly, go and watch Logan this week and just see what it's like to have a superhero film as an R-rated.
That's what Deadpool's like, though, isn't it? Deadpool can't get any more R-rated than that, can you?
But it's different. Like, Deadpool's a very comedic film. Yeah. Logan is a serious R-rated film, and it is so good. If we do get Rebirth as an R-rated film, I'll be very, very happy.
Like, I think an R-rated film is kind of what the magic of Jurassic Park had.
Yeah.
Even that, like you seeing Muldoon's arm stump blooded. You know what I mean? It gives them a license to do more things.
Yeah, the only thing that's a little bit worrying, if it is an R-rated film, we're cutting out the audience that made this film, and that is the young people. If Jurassic Park, the original, was an R-rated film, like 18 plus,
Well, then what would it be now?
yeah, that would be like a 12, or a PG. But I'm just saying, it would have limited us as kids at our age, like when we saw Jurassic Park in '93. It would have limited us as our age seeing this film. So Jurassic has always been a sort of family film, like family franchise, isn't it? You know, every film has been dedicated to a family audience.
I think PG or PG-13 as it is in America. No, I don't know what it is in America. Is that 12? 12A that we have? 12, that 12, sort of age.
Yeah, accompanied by an adult you can watch it under.
Yeah, I still don't think they have any blood, do they? I don't know whether they don't have a 15 over there, do they? It's literally just like PG-13, R-rated. There's I think there's one scale to the other, whereas we've got 12A, 15, 18. The 18 is the R-rated, isn't it? So
I believe so.
You know, I know that because I think I remember in Australia they've got moderate, which I think it was like U, moderate, and R.
Okay.
And I think the moderate category is like the PG-12, and then the R-rated is obviously the R-rated stuff. The 18. I don't know. I think 18 might be a little bit. Well, Aliens are 18, isn't it? Is Alien an 18?
Oh,
Let's have a look now. Right, hold on, let me have a look.
But again, it's bloody type Romulus, isn't it?
Alien Romulus rating. What is that?
So USA, the original Alien was an R-rated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alien Romulus is an R-rated film in the US, and in the UK it was 18.
Okay. I don't know.
But people die. That's what we want.
Yeah.
I don't turn up to watch these animals tickle everybody. You don't, do you?
Yeah.
Like by now, if kids haven't got the idea of what Jurassic's like and about, then the reason we watched Jurassic Park at the age of 6 is because it was new.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything else other than The Land Before Time, which, by the way, was a very shock transition for me.
Yeah.
From Land Before Time to Jurassic Park. So, but I think
I'm trying to think of films that are rated
that's
for
a good idea.
12-year-olds.
I'm going to have a look. Right, what was the rating of Saving Private Ryan? I think that was
15. Yeah.
18 in the UK.
18 in the UK.
Yeah, apparently. Why is Saving Private Ryan a 15? This is a very private movie, very realistic description of it. But at times the movie was truly free. Spielberg refuses to cut away and turns the camera spare to having witnessed pain. Oh, maybe it wasn't 15. But
Yeah,
but they've rechanged it. Oh, it's because everyone's bloody like wussies these days, don't they?
Yeah, no, when it was released, it was 15.
I thought it was,
Yeah, I thought, no, it's definitely 15. But anyway, would we want an R-rated Jurassic? Yes,
I would. I'd definitely be up for seeing one. I think they should do it like like how Marvel's done with they've all been like PG-12, haven't they? Marvel.
Yeah.
And then they've just thrown in a Deadpool. Boom.
Yeah.
This is proper.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Oh no, there's another Deadpool again.
Because let's face it, swearing and killing and comedic sells. Basically, Deadpool has opened up a whole world to films, especially superhero films, because I'm not a Marvel fan at all. I do not. I like all the originals, like Iron Man 1, Spider-Man 1, etc. I like all those origin stories, but anything after that, I just think we're looking at the same thing. But you throw me in Deadpool, and it is just an enjoyable film from start to finish.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm definitely up for an R-rated film.
Yeah,
Definitely up for it. Like, I wouldn't be against a PG. No, I wouldn't be against a 12, PG-13, 15.
yeah. I mean,
I
like the
certainly
ratings have
don't.
changed from
They have
1993
changed a
anyway.
little bit. Well, not, but in America they have. Over here they've not. We've still got PG and then 12A.
Yeah, I meant like the level of content has changed. So
It tends to, for us over here, it tends to be on how dark the movies are.
yeah, like 12 and 15s now would have been 18s in early 90s, because the level of like the people get used to a lot of stuff. Like you look at Final Destination, I think that's might be a 15 rated. It might be 18, I can't remember, but like the level of film and stuff and gore is being more available to younger people.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Who knows?
it's a tough one. That's a very good question, though. I really like that question because a little bit of me always would choose the R-rated because I love Alien. I love the Alien films, and what I love about them is that they are not afraid to kill people. Alien v Predator. I love the Predator movie. Predator is one of my favorite films ever. So
the thing is, though, I enjoy showing my boy, like making my boy watch the films. Like he's watched all of them: Jurassic Park 1, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and all the Jurassic World trilogy. If this is going to be an R-rated film,
you can't really show him.
It cuts him out of it, and he's going to be like, "Oh, this is a Jurassic film." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not. I can't let you see it."
Yeah, I get that.
And there goes that audience.
Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, that actually makes sense, really.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. This whole franchise has always been a family.
Yeah, franchise. It's a shame, really, isn't it?
You know, we've got theme park rides, we've got Camp Cretaceous, Chaos Theory. Except we've got all this, and it's dedicated.
Yeah, it's going to be a 12, isn't it? It's going to have to be a 12. It's going to be a 12. But PG-13 is probably the safest place to go. But they just need to not be like wussies with it. They can't. Yeah. Like I would choose
if they want.
I would choose an arm stump any day over a swear word.
Yeah, exactly. If they want to do deaths of famous, like popular characters, Muldoon's death, like I think someone said it in the chat earlier, just do a Muldoon's death and sort of fade it away. You know what's happening, but we don't need to see it. The same with The Lost World. It was the guy,
Eddie.
Not even Eddie, because that was a gruesome death, wasn't it? Compies, who gets killed by the Compies. Dieter Stark, yeah. You know, we all know what's happened, and it's passable. We need that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Last comment. I hope it isn't the longest run time because Dominion was far too long for me. I think that might have been partly to do with the way it was written, and they added in, there was like an end scene that then wasn't the end scene, that felt like the end, and then you had a whole extra half an hour to 40 minutes after that.
I hate that when it happens.
I know, so I kind of felt like that, but look, I like the runtime of Jurassic Park 3. I just don't like how it ended.
Yeah,
I think if it was ended better, it'd be the perfect time for me.
Yeah,
an hour and a half.
Watching a film.
Kids would like it because they don't get bored. My wife would like it because it's not too long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get why people say that, because they just want more, don't they? They want more of this brilliance. But the problem is, with a longer film, it requires more brilliant writing and more brilliant special effects and more budget and more stupid dialogue that we're not probably getting.
Also the ability to sit there and watch it. I mean, Titanic is a brilliant film, but it's long, and you sit and watch it in a cinema, and after about 2 hours, your ass is numb. And you're sitting there going,
Avatar was really long as well.
Yeah.
But that tends to be a Jim Cameron thing, though, don't it?
Yeah, but as good as the film is, it's still tough to watch. But
yeah, no, I don't know. Right, I think we should. I've gone all blurry. Why have I gone all blurry?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's gone out of focus.
Yeah, I thought the whiskey was hitting.
So yeah, see yourself out, camera. I think we should end there, Steve. What do you think?
We shall do. Yeah, no, it's been a good chat. Thanks for joining, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and more importantly, have you liked it? We obviously are a small channel trying to grow, so every like counts, and make sure you have subbed. It is a crime if you are watching our content and haven't subbed to our channel.
Very upsetting, actually.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys do like us and want us to do more stuff, because at the end of the day, this is a channel for the fans, by the fans. So
yeah, there we go. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And just one thing left to say: like, we'll find a way.
Bye-bye.
Bye.